I usually don't get very many views on these types of videos on this app, but I'm in this era where I don't give a fuck as much as I used to, and I need to start sharing more about what's on my mind in the moment rather than keeping it to my shelf. A book fell on my head today. I blame my shelf. Okay, that's one of my funniest jokes about Sean Connery. Anyway, moving forward. I do this a lot. I talk a lot of shit, but I need to talk a lot of shit in public because this is what spiritual people do. They have a lot of things running through their head, and some people call it ADHD, but I call it spiritualism, because spiritualism allows you to have many different thoughts from many different beings all at once. And sometimes you feel like you can't express it because you don't have the right kind of energy around you from the right kind of people, because people think you're too much or too weird or too loud or too soft or too gay or too straight or too whatever. But I've had enough. And I have stopped long ago worrying about what other people's opinions of me were. I actually don't give a fuck. And I realised something today, that if someone is mean to you, it's because they're probably scared. They're scared about you, but this isn't a hierarchy thing. There is something about you that makes them fearful for their existence. And this shouldn't give you power, this should give you compassion, because they're just human too. And they're going through this just like you are, as if it is their first experience, just like you are. But I'm going to show you how to step into this life, to remember all of the other experiences that you've ever had, so you can use them, so you don't feel so alone, so you don't feel like this is your first time around. So you can step out of those things that aren't serving you. You can step out of the closet. You can get sober. You can be a better parent. You can be a better anything. You can get sober, clean, girlfriend or boyfriend. You can live in a luxury apartment in the middle of America. Actually, you can have anything that you want. I'm going to teach you to manifest so many fucking things that by the time you get to the point where you can literally have the life you want, you won't want that life anymore. Because life means something different to you now. Because happiness doesn't mean things. You can have anything. Happiness means holding yourself accountable. Happiness means sobriety. Happiness means unconditional love. Happiness means not wearing a bra. Happiness means remembering the time when you were living with less than, and being grateful for the moments today instead of focusing on what you don't have. The past is a place you can visit, but you can't stay. That was a quote from a friend of mine from back in the day. Thank you, Brandy. And I don't want to go back there. I don't want to live in the fucking past. Nothing about my past has any relevance on my future moments, only if I'm going back to get some kind of advice from an old version of me that left out something. Oh, look at this. A 5 and a 4. Only go back for stability. Don't go back for lack. You can quote me on that. Write it on a little thing and like post it on your Instagram. Anyway, this post is probably not going to get many views, but I'm probably going to make a lot more of them. Because this is my I don't give a fuck era. And I'm not wearing a bra.